I'm the hair. He is not the beard. He's one of the bros. This is
bro.
the hair and the bro. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
How's it going?
Pretty good, man.
Hey, Josh had a shit to do. Hey, we got one of the best right here. Knows his shit all around. Probably better than Josh. No, just fucking around. But maybe we'll see.
We'll see.
How's your day, man? What you up to today?
Pretty good, man. I mean, just had a early workout. That's about it.
Good. And you know what? Home. One thing too, why I chose this guy because we do this shit all the time, anyways. At the gym, just talk about sports, bullshit, and man. That's just the way it is. But had a big weekend of fights, right? We had. Definitely. I don't know if you checked it out. The Khabib. That main event, bro. I mean, it kept getting changed. Yeah. It was like the fourth time or third time that it got changed. It was first it was Ferguson, right? And then what was after that?
And then there was a Holloway,
which I was real excited for. I wanted Holloway to get that dual belt.
Yeah.
And then it became Pettis for a quick second.
Little bit, yeah.
He weighed in, I think. Didn't work out. And then it turned out to be Alaquinta.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I didn't know a whole much about Al at first. I looked him up a little bit. I checked him out. I'm like, okay, maybe it'll be intriguing. Right. But of course, you think, what's Khabib good at? You know,
he's gonna take him to the ground.
He's gonna take him to the fucking ground. That's just usually what happens.
And that's exactly what he did in those first 2 rounds. And then he came out in the subsequent, in the championship rounds, in 4th and 5th, and he was trying to work on his stand-up game.
Which I think I was a little bit surprised about that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I was like, who's this Khabib trying to box, dude? I'm like, what the fuck? But hey, I mean, he did good with the jab. He lit him up with the jab, but I think if I'm Khabib, I don't try that with Conor. I don't try that with Ferguson. I don't try that with probably a lot of motherfuckers. I don't try that with because that's not his game, right? That's just not his fucking game.
Yeah.
But he looked good. He took him to the ground a bunch of times. He beat his ass, and it's just hard that he is the lightweight champion now, right? I mean, it's because he beat a guy that was ranked the 11th overall.
11th, yeah.
So I mean, that's not. He didn't face like a chum, but at the end of the day, it wasn't a top 10 guy. It wasn't a top 5 guy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy that they stripped Ferguson for just because of the pullout of the fight. Because I mean, I've seen them not do that. I think it's because this fight was built up, and it was like the 3rd time they tried to fight.
Yeah.
That's probably why. I don't know. But
they wanted it. Yeah, they still wanted a title match, but I mean, look, man, Khabib, he's a great fighter, but he really hasn't. He's 26-0. He hasn't really fought anybody that's really noteworthy. I think
they're not to the casual MMA fan, right? You're not like, who the fuck has he fought?
I think his best. I don't even want to say performance, but his best opponent was Michael Johnson at UFC 205.
Yeah, and didn't he tag him? Didn't Johnson tag him?
You know what? He did hurt him. Michael Johnson hurt him, but again, Khabib's game is getting him to the ground, and that's exactly what he did to him after that. And it was a wrap after that.
And he's the best in the world at that, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he has. I don't know who's better than him especially in the lightweight division.
In the lightweight division, there's nobody better than him at wrestling. But if you can get somebody that has a really good stand-up game, and they can stuff his takedown attempts, that's when it gets interesting. And I think that's where, if he did that against, Alaquinta, and that's kind of what we expected. But you put Ferguson in there with him.
That's who I think you just.
Conor,
and
I think he gets Conor on the ground. I think he's done for. But Ferguson, he also has a good ground game.
Ferguson's the more rounded fighter. I feel like he has a great stand up and a great ground game. That's the thing. Conor, if he gets Conor to the ground, I don't know if Conor really can do much about it. I mean, he couldn't do shit when Diaz took him to the ground really either. You know, and Diaz is a bigger guy, but Khabib is on a way different level of ground game than Diaz is. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm intrigued. I mean, I know you saw. I'm sure you heard of all the Conor stuff going down, right? All that. Fucking.
There's some fucking going on.
Damn it, dude. That was. You know what? For a long time, and I looked at it, I was like, "What the fuck? Is he trying to get suspended? Is he trying to?" And then I was kind of thinking, and even my dad had brought it up too. He was just like, "Does this look staged to you? There's camera angles from everywhere."
Exactly.
And it's like. Fuck, man. And then the WWE fan in me is thinking like this reminds me of Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon.
Right? Yeah. This is some WWE type stuff that's going on backstage. Listen, my first thought when that happened was I don't know if you saw the thing.
I saw all the angles for sure.
All the angles.
I saw all the fucking angles.
But did you see Khabib confronting Lobov? What's that guy's name?
So that was the whole issue, right? So Conor was trying to defend his teammate because earlier in the day or the day before, Khabib was confronting Conor's buddy and tried to bully him, I guess, right? So that was Conor's whole reason for doing this, right? And I mean, the rest of the history. He threw a dolly at the bus. He threw a guardrail, and what I saw is that I guess it glass shards almost got into Thug Rose's eye, right? Yeah. But it didn't affect her because she still fought.
It didn't get her, but it did get two other fighters. It got Michael Chiesa. Yeah. And he had a cut right here, I think, on his forehead.
And he couldn't fight, right?
He couldn't fight because of it. And then there was another guy, Ray Borg. I think he's him too, man. I'm not sure what weight class he's in. But yeah, he was on that card as well, and so they had to cancel 2 fights. And because Conor's boy Artem Lobov, he was there, and he was part of that incident, they had to cancel his fight. They had to take him off the card too. So really, that ruined 3 fights.
Well, and the thing is too that the whole card ended up being 9 fights total, prelims and main card. Mm-hmm. So I mean, usually a card like that. Oh, pay-per-view card has
like over 10.
Oh yeah, 10, 11, 12, 13 fights.
Yeah.
Fucking my emotions right now. Real quick intersection with the fighting part. We got Kings Rockets live last regular game of the season. Shout out to Big Jerry Reynolds right here. It's his last game. Anybody that knows him, he been Kings commentator for like 20 years. Was also Kings coach for about 4 years. Became a GM. Became a bunch of shit. So today's the last game. Shout out to Mr. Jerry Reynolds. I think that Christie's taking over his spot. Yeah. So
that's a good.
We'll see what happens. I'll try not to cry at the end of the game. I'll try.
I didn't know that about him, man. I didn't know he was like. I mean, I've seen him doing commentary and stuff. Yeah. I didn't know he was like a GM and.
Oh yeah, he was a head coach too. Yeah, he was head coach. Oh man. So yeah, he's been in the game for a long time.
Everywhere in that organization, man.
Oh yeah. So, not a lot of Kings fans out there, but for those of you that are, hey, Jerry Reynolds. But anyways, we'll try to get distracted with the game too much. But about the fights, I thought, Khabib did what he was supposed to do, right? He took him to the ground, he beat his ass, he won. What'd you think of Thug Rose and Joanna?
It was a good fight, man. I mean, I was really curious to see how Joanna was going to come out, and in those first 2 rounds, Thug Rose really took it to her, man.
She lit her up, bro.
She was lighting her up.
Fuck.
So Joanna was looking a little timid in those first couple of rounds. She comes back and she wins rounds 3 and 4.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, Joanna looked real stiff in the first 2 rounds, like super, like too stiff, and she was jumpy at the same time. So it was just like a weird, kind of get up for her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she looked good, and she cut weight a lot better this time, Joanna.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Thug Rose is just better, bro. Yeah. She's just a better fighter.
Yeah.
Fuck. It was good though, right? I thought it was a good fight, but
I mean. After the first one, maybe you can call it a fluke.
Yeah.
I guess you can call it a fluke.
That's what Joanna did too, right? She was calling it a fluke.
Yeah. But you get beat twice, man. I mean, there's not much luck in the second victory, man. She was prepared, and she came in, and she still lost, man. And she fought her fight. And
she did. I mean, fuck, dude. She's definitely the undisputed champ, and at that weight class. But the thing is, I don't know who you put her against. You know what I mean? Because there's not a lot of big contenders in that weight division. Mm-hmm. And if you think of somebody, it probably is Joanna. But do you want to see him fight again? I don't know if you can sell that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think people would like to see that, but I mean,
the big Joanna fans maybe, right?
Yeah. But after a certain point, it's going to get kind of redundant. Like, how many times have Woodley and Wonder Boy fought? They fought 2 times.
Twice, yeah. And the second one
was a fucking snooze fest. The first one was really good.
Yeah,
I remember that one was really good. And then, so I don't know if you can really justify making it a 3rd time. Who can really in that division challenge Joanna and Rose?
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what to do in that weight division.
I don't either. And what it reminds me of is back in the day when you had Velasquez against Dos Santos, and they were continuously fighting each other because they were the 2 best in the world.
Yeah.
At that time, anyways. And this is, I think, what you have in that division. I think they're miles and miles ahead of the rest in that division. But Rose is just better. You know what I mean? I think no matter what you do, Joanna's a great fighter, but I think Rose just better.
Yeah.
So it was a good fight for her. I mean, she's the undisputed champ. I also saw too that Nick Diaz is returning.
I saw that too.
Yeah, so that's interesting. I mean, but I wonder who you put him against. You know,
he was a
welterweight.
Right?
Yeah,
welterweight. I don't know, man. Who do you put him against?
Yeah, I think because I don't think you really want to fight GSP if he goes back to goes back to the 170, which I don't think he will if he fights again. I even saw Khabib called out GSP, right?
Oh yeah, he did.
So
I
don't
fight. Yeah.
I don't know about and I think GSP quickly said no to that fight. So
the thing with that is, man, the lightweight division is so stacked. I don't think you want to muck it up even more by saying, "Oh, let's put our champ against."
You don't want to
GSP, who's really a welterweight, and he even fought at middleweight in his last fight.
Yeah,
beat Michael Bisping. So, man, I think they have to stop going for the money fights and just
keep super fighting everything.
They try to super fight, yeah, man. I don't know, but with the Nick Diaz thing, I think before you gotta give him a tune-up fight.
Yeah, that's probably true.
But the UFC again, they're looking for the biggest payday, So I can see them putting him up against, a top, 5 contender.
Yeah, or maybe even top 10, right? Because he's been out of the game for a few years, so who knows what's gonna happen with him? But hopefully we'll get to see him fight soon. Do you see Nate fighting anytime soon? Because he looks like he doesn't give a fuck. I remember on one of those pay-per-views, he pulled out a joint on the camera. Dude, I was like, this fool's not even trying to fight right now. Yeah. But I do like to see him fight too. He's entertaining as fuck.
Yeah, he is, man. The thing about Nate, though, man, you say he looks like uninterested.
He does look uninterested.
Yeah, he for sure he does. But I mean, he took that Conor fight on 8 days' notice, bro.
Yeah, he did.
Remember that?
He did.
Fucking.
And that third fight is still there. The rubber match
still
for
there,
him and Conor.
I mean, yeah, you set that fight up and your ratings are going up, man.
100%.
People are gonna, they want to see that fight for sure.
The thing is too is, and I hate to sound like Conor Dick Riders, but he's just, you can intersect him in so much shit. You can put him against Ferguson, him against Khabib, him against Diaz, him against Mayweather. And fuck, dude. So he's kind of he's like the orbit of the UFC, anyways.
Yeah.
I would like to see Conor and Khabib now. I think just because I think that'd be entertaining as fuck. Ireland against Russia.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I initially when I saw that bus incident. I thought that's what they're
setting
trying
it
to
up
build up that hype for
WWE
for Conor,
status, man.
For a Conor Khabib, and I would love to see that in Russia, man.
That would be fucking sick. That would be fucking sick. The crowd would be insane, bro.
And I mean, it's crazy over there. In Moscow, I know they would obviously come out and support, but I know those guys would be coming in from Ireland.
Oh, dude, they love him so much in Ireland. Yeah, they'll come, bro. They'll come and they'll stay. It'll be
for sure
guaranteed at least 100 fights in the audience. At least 100 fights, bro.
Man.
A little bit of liquor and you mix up Russia and Ireland and someone says something that someone doesn't understand but thinks it's derogatory, that's a wrap, bro. And then fights like crazy. So that for me is the big money match. I mean, and of course, you got Mayweather in there too, like we thought about. He said on Showtime, I was checking it out earlier, that he said if he comes back, it has to be MMA. He said that
I saw that too.
On Showtime or whatever. So I guess that's there. They keep bringing it up, but I also heard Rogan earlier talk about that if they do that match, that they said he can't do any takedowns, he can't do any leg kicks. Okay, well, that's a fucking boxing match.
It's a fucking boxing match. Exactly what it is. I saw that exact same thing too, and they're gonna fight with the 4-ounce gloves, which is the standard size for that I think the UFC uses.
Yep.
They're fighting without shoes. Pretty much, it's a boxing match. They can do. I think they said they can do a few things in the clinch, but there's no kicks, no takedowns. No elbows, so I mean, I don't...
You see, that I'm not interested in, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm not really interested, because we saw that already, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
So, if you're going to fight MMA, fight MMA. Yeah, that's not MMA, bro. It's, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope they reconsider that, because I don't like that at all, honestly. I'm like, dude, you're really sucking the fun out of that whole fucking fight perspective, so...
Yeah, it's a really bad mashup of boxing and MMA, man. That would be terrible.
Yeah, but the thing is too, and I get it, if you do go full MMA, it's not even going to be a fair fight because the first thing Conor will do is kick the shit out of him on his legs and like, probably give a little takedown. And so I get they're trying to make it fair, and I keep bringing it up, and a lot of other people do too. You need to find a way to put CM Punk against fucking Mayweather, because that's to me, it's like that has to be the fairest match. And I've heard so many people say that too, because CM Punk's real green still. Mayweather's obviously never fought MMA in his life. He's one of the best boxers of all time, but I don't know. But I know CM Punk also has a fight coming up against Mike Jackson, I think is his name. He has 0-1, or I think he does photography as his main job or such. Or is he a cameraman, I think, something like that.
I didn't know that. I mean, I knew he was fighting a guy named Mike Jackson, but
so
I didn't know he was like, a part-time MMA guy.
Full-time. He should be doing our fucking show, but he should be doing. But I mean, I still want to see it. The wrestling fan in me wants to see CM Punk try to do decent, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Real quick on the boxing. I know that whole backlash with Canelo and Triple G happened already. It is what it is. That's not gonna happen. Canelo took steroids, but I saw that Billy Joe Saunders, he's a possible replacement to fight Triple G instead of Canelo. I saw that. The only fight he wants is Triple G. And you can sell that. You can sell it, but it's not going to do nearly as good as Canelo Triple G. I don't think anybody in the world will, to be honest.
Yeah. First off, that rematch was very much anticipated.
It was.
Especially after that, it was a draw or whatever. And the second thing is that they were fighting on Cinco de Mayo, right?
That's always one of the main days.
That's a really big money fight right there, man. Especially when you have a Mexican involved.
Yeah, and that's really what it is, man. It disappointed a lot of people. We brought it up beforehand. So I don't know. We'll see what they do. I can't really see that being a real big fight. Even if they it would probably be a good fight. Billy Joe Saunders against Triple G. But again, it's not going to be nowhere near the magnitude of Canelo Triple G. Right. That's just, and we're not being dicks. That's just the truth, bro.
Yeah, it's the reality of it.
It is what it is. Jumping into WWE real quick. WrestleMania happened. It was a thing. Not sure if you checked it out. Or saw even little clips of it. I thought it was overall a pretty decent show. It did drag. It was 7 hours, bro.
Oh,
7 fucking hours. And I love that shit, but that's a little bit too long for my taste.
Yeah, that's pretty damn long.
A lot of piss breaks and food breaks and fuck. But just real quick to kind of go about it. Like I said, it was decent. A big shock for me was Charlotte pinning Asuka. She lost her first match. Okay. I thought they were going to save that for Ronda Rousey. Yeah. But it didn't happen. So that was a good match. Charlotte retains her belt. Ronda Rousey, who I've been shitting on the past 3 weeks in WWE, she fucking did phenomenal. She looked real good in there. She figured out moves. She was getting the crowd amped up. She got in there. She fought Triple H a little bit too. It was
I saw that too. Yeah. And then I saw too a little clip. I think it was the day after Monday Night Raw, right?
Yeah. So she went on there. She did a little fucking armbar to Stephanie McMahon. So I shit on Ronda the past 3 weeks. Hey, she did great on WrestleMania. Did good on Monday Night Raw too. So, hey, she's looking better now. So I probably won't shit on her the next couple of weeks. We'll see what happens. Also too, another shock to me was when the Brock Roman match. The whole world thought Roman was going to beat Brock because Brock is linked to the UFC right now by going back and possibly fighting a bunch of people. So. That was a shock to me. Brock retained. I saw that he re-signed with WWE. Not sure what that means for the UFC fights, because even Dana White, he said, no, Brock's going to come back to the UFC 100%. Yeah. He even said last week, he said, Brock's going to get the winner of
not John Jones, Cormier and
Stipe. And I was like, what the fuck? And then Cormier's face was like shocked. He couldn't believe it. But he was for it, though, because he likes Brock.
Yeah.
So I think what they might have done is like maybe somewhat extended his contract, because what's going to happen basically, there's a Saudi Arabia show happening in about 3 weeks.
Yeah. So it's like for the troops and stuff, or is that?
That's what I thought at first, but now they're making it like almost like a pay-per-view type thing.
Oh, okay.
They're making a 50-man Royal Rumble, the biggest Royal Rumble of all time, and then they're having the rematch of Brock and Roman inside a steel cage. For the belt again. Yeah. So what I'm kind of thinking is, because a lot of people aren't real big Roman fans, People were shitting on the mat, bro. It was the main event, WrestleMania. It was Brock against Roman. People were throwing beach balls. They were chanting "fuck this shit" and like it was a big shit show.
Yeah, man.
So I think you crown Roman at the Saudi Arabia show, people are gonna cheer then instead of shit on the whole product. So I think maybe that's where he drops the title, and then you're gonna right after that you're gonna see Brock fighting fucking Francis Ngannou, Brock fighting whoever the fuck, where the winner is Stipe and Cormier.
So going off of that real quick, why do WWE fans? I've heard of this a lot.
Yeah.
They don't like Roman Reigns. Why is that?
You know what? And I brought it up before too. I used to shit on him too because the thing is they pushed him down everybody's throats, bro. Like what they did is he came up from NXT the developmental, and they just kept making it roll. Roman wins, force feeding up the ass. Roman wins, and it kept getting old and like he sucked on the mic. He was basically like Ronda, just horrible. But he got better, and he got better. He actually puts on pretty decent matches, too. Mm-hmm. And then I became a hypocrite as of last week, too, because I was at an event. He took a picture with my niece. Oh. So I'm like, all right, I guess he's okay. He's cool. But, yeah, people shit on him still because he's pushed down the throat. They like guys like Daniel Bryan. They like, a bunch of
guys. They're a little more charismatic, a little more...
Yeah, they're better on the mic. They're better in the ring. But, Roman's... I accepted it kind of that, okay, he's going to be the champ because Brock's never in WWE. He goes maybe once every few months, and he has the belt. So it's just kind of weird watching it every week and not having the champion there, So I know he's a special attraction, but, so that's what it is about Roman. But I think he'll win it at the Saudi Arabia show. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get that prediction right. I don't know if you saw also Jerry Lawler. I don't know if you remember him. He had a stroke, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, and I'm worried about that guy because do you remember when he had it on live TV? He had a heart attack.
Oh shit!
He had one on live TV like a few years back. It was fucking nuts. All you hear is, and then shit goes to commercial, and they explain it later what happened, and like then he came back, but he had a stroke, I guess, this past week or whatever like that. Man. So that's he's up there, bro. He's who knows if he's doing drugs or he's living the high life, Man.
Yeah, he's always ladies, man.
That's just how he's always been, and just who knows what his intake is. But yeah, he had a stroke. So hopefully he recovers from that.
Yeah, hopefully, man.
Bobby Lashley returned too.
Oh, that's that big motherfucker.
That fucking humongous bastard, dude. And I kind of thought because he does MMA too.
Yeah.
He fights in Bellator.
Oh shit, he does MMA.
Yeah, dude. so. They must not test over there is what I'm thinking because he is fucking rocked to shit.
Yeah, bro. He's
ridiculous. Yeah. He's like 260, no fat on him at all. It's it's ridiculous. But I thought maybe putting him against Brock would be kind of a good match because they're both MMA fighters and they're both WWE or wrestlers, So that'd be intriguing also. It could be, maybe they could be setting up for that because why would you bring him back, But
so with that, so he's in Bellator, and obviously Brock has been with the UFC.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you would go about.
Well, what they did is before this, Lashley was in TNA, the other wrestling promotion.
Yeah.
So he was doing TNA and Bellator at the same time, but it's easier because the thing with WWE is they travel 5 days a week. TNA they film in advance and they have like a month off at a time.
Oh, okay.
So he's able to train or fight or whatever, and then go back to TNA and film and all that. But he left, now he's back in WWE. So. I don't know if you do just a WWE match with him and Brock, or if you do him and Brock at all. If you just bring back Lashley for just shits and giggles. I don't know what you do with that. It's just interesting to see what happens with that. We'll see what happens. Jinder Mahal won the United States Championship belt, and I think he won that because they're going to the Saudi Arabia show, so he'll have all the crowd behind his back.
He'll have that fan fest.
Yeah, so I mean, and it's not about racism, but that's just what sells. People are gonna cheer. That's what they did. Shinsuke and AJ fought. AJ retained. Shinsuke low blowed him at the end. He turned heel. He's a bad guy now. They carried that on at SmackDown. He low blowed him a few times too. He's known as the dick hitter now.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. He fought. Daniel Bryan fought on SmackDown for the first time in like 3 years, I think. Yeah. So that's interesting too. Carmella cashed in. There's a women's Money in the Bank now too.
Oh yeah.
She cashed it in. She beat Charlotte that night. So that was. They literally had Charlotte win the night before WrestleMania. And then 2 weeks later, 2 days later at SmackDown, she loses her belt to Carmella because of the Money in the Bank. But we can go on about fighting for decades. There's just so much shit right now and just so much turmoil. We'll get to it next week. Got some NFL in the news too. The first thing that popped out to me was that the color rush is going away for the Thursday night games.
Thursday night games. I like some of the schemes. I like some of the combinations, but some of them were just...
Some were trash, bro.
Atrocious, man. I mean, I think there was the Jaguars one was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And I want to say the Titans one was pretty bad too. But man, some of them did look pretty good. I'm a Rams fan, but the ones they've been having the past couple of years, it's all yellow. With some blue, a little bit of blue, and those look really nice. Yeah,
no, they do, and you're right about some of them looking horrible because... I mean, shit. We had the Raiders dressed in all white. It's like you'd think they'd be all in black. It's just it didn't look right to me. But yes, there's some that did look super. I think the Ravens were all in black. It's like those look fucking badass. So I don't understand, but I guess I'm kind of glad that they're getting rid of those because look at him, he's crying, bro. I hate seeing this shit. Damn. Jerry Reynolds is crying. God damn it. All right. Anyways, fucking. So I guess I'm kind of glad they're going away with that. I guess the regular uniforms, they're going to be just better to see. I think they try to make Thursday more special than it was, with the color rush schemes. But, and again, I wasn't a real big fan of them anyways, which I think a lot of people weren't too,
Yeah. For the most part, they didn't look good.
They didn't look that good. No, they didn't. For the most part. Another thing is I saw that after all the shit between Odell Beckham... Fucking, he reported to fucking train to the voluntary, right? The voluntary training camp. So I have no idea what to think or believe about that stuff right now. I mean,
you would think, especially a guy like Odell Beckham, he would be really kind of feel like he wants to distance himself.
That's what I fucking
from
thought.
The team and management. But here he comes showing up to the voluntary workouts. It's
looking good too. Looking real good. So I don't know. I still kind of think he might be in the trade.
You think he's still in the
trade block? Yeah. I did read earlier that they might not, that they're most likely not going to trade him. But
same thing.
I don't know. I think if somebody says here's 2 first rounders, I think they'll jump on it. They're a rebuilding team. I think. I don't see them doing a whole lot this year, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what I do if I'm a Giants fan. If I'm a Giants fan, do I want to trade him? Probably not.
Yeah.
But do I want my team to get better? Probably. Do I want to look forward to the future? But it's like, fuck, this fucking guy is 25 years old and one of the best receivers in the league.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird situation for sure.
Yeah, he's top 3, 4, 5.
He has to be, dude. And he's young as fuck too.
Yeah. He's young as shit, but this is his last year on the rookie contract.
Yep. Oh, he's gonna want he's gonna want the business, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna ball out. So I guess if you're a Giants fan or a Giants management, I should say, I guess it would be a good time to trade him because.
Fuck. It just hurts though,
I don't know that you want to shell out all that money for a receiver because that's usually reserved for.
I think he said he wants quarterback money. I think that's what he was saying.
That's quarterback money, man. And I don't know. That's hard, man. I mean, that's really going to handicap you in the salary cap wise if you're a Giants team.
Now here's the thing: do you think he might be saying that to get traded? Do you think he might want to get traded? Because I think he likes New York. I think he likes the atmosphere and the big atmosphere. But who knows? Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he does want to get traded. You know? Because if you say that, you're right. They're gonna get turned off. They're gonna like, hey, well, fuck. I don't know if I want to pay pay you quarterback money or even pay you even close to that. So maybe we should look because there are teams that will pay him that. The Browns will pay him that. I guarantee you that. Someone like the Titans have a lot of space. They might pay, and I hate to say it, but I think the 49ers would pay him that money too. They have a lot of fucking cap, and it hurts my soul to say that, but I think they would. And they're actually a little bit on the come up too, which also hurts my soul to say. But we'll see what happens with that. Being a Rams fan that you are, you're probably ecstatic as fuck about what's been happening with the league, right? I mean, holy fuck.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. You just get done with one deal and you're like, okay, this team is looking pretty good. So that's how I was feeling after the Dominican Sue deal. So I'm like, okay, we're probably
him and Aaron Donald. Come on, come on, dude.
Aaron Donald. Shit. A lot of people forget about Michael Brockers too.
He's a motherfucker too, bro.
He's a big presence inside, and he's vital to what the Rams do and what Aaron Donald does. So you pair those three together, and that's a dynamic.
That's ugly, dude. That's ugly for the league. It's happy for him, people like him and the other Rams fans, but that's ugly, bro. That's fucking. I don't want to hear that. I'm sure Niner fans are like, fuck, man. Because they're, like I said, they're on the come up. I think they have a good quarterback. I'm a believer in Garoppolo.
Yeah.
I think they have a lot of good little young pieces, but I'm not sure about Sherman yet. I wanted him. I still think he's good, though. I think he'll probably still do good. Mm-hmm. But I think if you're a 49er fan and you're a realistic fan, you're obviously worried about the Rams, right?
Yeah.
You got to be worried about the Rams because they're the overall best team in the NFC, arguably the overall best team in the NFL, to be honest.
Yep.
And I know you don't want to stack everything up and make a big expectation because they're there already, bro, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
expectations are there, man. And as a Rams fan, I'm definitely, the Seahawks, they're kind of rebuilding. The Cardinals
aren't going to do shit.
Yeah.
They're not going to do a damn thing.
They got Sam Bradford, who's just made of glass. And, but yeah, the Niners...
Oh, you mean, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
But the Niners, man, the moves that they're making, it's really... That's going to set up a nice little, the SoCal, NorCal.
Yeah, and I said it before. If the Niners split with you guys, I think they'll be happy.
That's a win for them.
That's a win for them. Big-ass win. But it's easier said than done, honestly.
But they always play us tough, so, I think it's definitely possible for them to steal one, probably in San Francisco. I hope not, but
we'll see, man. I saw to bring a little bit on the Raider talk. Khalil Mack didn't report to the voluntary minicamp.
Okay.
He's seeking somewhere in the range of $65 million guaranteed. It's a lot of money, bro. Yeah. It's a lot of money. I don't think we'll let him go. We won't let him go, but it's interesting though. It's interesting because a lot of the Raiders are there because of Gruden and all the big stuff going on, but he's not there yet. I assume he wants his deal. He wants the deal now. He wants it now before he reports. And I understand too, because let's say he goes, he fucking sprains an ankle or something.
Yeah.
Then we're like, oh well, maybe we'll see then.
Yeah.
So I understand it's a business decision. So I don't.
It's hard to blame him.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all, bro. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll pay him. So we'll hopefully everything will go good. Yeah. I don't want to even look at my phone and see Khalil Mack fucking holding out all year. Raiders not paying Khalil. Yeah. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, because we're not a top 10 team. We're probably in the middle tier of the NFL. Mm-hmm. So the players we do have, we need to keep.
You guys need to retain them.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, I don't want to hear none of that crazy shit.
No. And kind of piggybacking off of that Khalil Mack thing.
Yeah.
Because we had to deal with that last year with Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
He sat out one game.
It was just one game, though.
It was opening weekend. He said. Yeah. But yeah, they got drafted in the same year.
And I remember that.
And so I think it's kind of like a game of chess. Like they both want to be paid, be the highest paid defensive player in the league.
I
feel like they're waiting each other out to see who signs a deal first. So then they could work off of that deal and say, okay, I want to be paid more than him.
So Aaron Donald's due this year too, then.
Well, this is his last year on his rookie contract. So
shit, dude. Yeah, they're both right in the same boat. They're in the exact same boat then. Holy shit! I fucking forgot about that. Yeah. But I don't think you'll lose Aaron Donald. I mean,
I hope not.
He sees all the potential on that team. I mean, do you guys have the cap for him though, for what he's asking for?
Well, our GM was talking about it. He was saying, okay, like I know we've been making all these moves and all this shit, but we already have some money set aside even before all those moves. So even now we still have the money to pay for him.
Yeah, because
what he's saying.
Aaron Donald is a fucking beast, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't get rid of Aaron Donald. Yeah. I don't even know why I brought that shit up, to be honest. Yeah, you don't get rid of him.
Yeah.
A little bit of other news. Marquette King, the punter that everybody loved, signed with the Broncos, and now you have a lot of Raiders coming out saying, "Hey, we didn't like that fuck. He was a diva. All this shit." I'm like, shit, I didn't know about that, bro. And I still like him. I am gonna miss him. His little theatrics he did. I saw Bruce Irvin was tweeting about he can't wait to tackle him or whatever, or just bullshit like that. So we'll see what happens with that. I saw the Jets picked up their 5th-year option on Leonard Williams, who I think he was on that same draft too, right? Or was it the year before?
Oh man, I'm not sure.
But he's a good piece too. He's a good little piece.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
They picked up the 5th-year option, but now that doesn't mean they're going to retain the year after, because that's just obviously off that rookie deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
If you're the Jets, I mean, I would think you'd want to re-sign him, right? Because at the end of the day, the Jets aren't a top 10. They might not even be a top 20 team. To be honest,
for sure they're not a top tier team. I mean, they're at the top of the draft for a reason. You know, they gotta probably go with the quarterback this year. You know, just so they can start building towards that.
They do. I don't know if you play him though, and I guess that has been the trend. Like, you know, Rams played Goff,
Mm-hmm.
you know, pretty quick. The Eagles, they played Wentz pretty quick.
Yeah.
So, and it worked out.
Yeah.
The years past, you had the Titans kid Mariota played pretty quick, and then Winston played too, and they did good.
And last year, Deshaun Watson was turning it up, man.
Oh, fuck, man. That motherfucker's a beast, dude.
He's bad.
He's a fucking beast. So, I guess if you're the Jets, you pick up. What pick are they picking? They're picking.
I think they're third.
They're third, so you probably won't get Darnold, I would assume.
Yeah.
You're probably not gonna get him. I don't know if you get Rosen either, though, right?
Yeah.
They might go 1 and 2.
It's a possibility. I mean, it depends what the Giants do, because I think they're still kind of holding on to Eli a little bit. I would think they would want to draft their successor. This will probably be the only year they're like in the top even 5, I would say.
Yeah, man.
But so I think this is a perfect time for them to get a quarterback and you know, kind of start grooming him for when Eli's done.
It is, and Eli, I think I'd like to think he'd be a good sport about it, because he's a professional. People shut on him all the time, but Eli's a professional. I think he would embrace it. He knows he's not a young stud anymore.
Yeah.
I think, but fuck, you know, the thing is the Rosens and the Darnolds are there. But I mean, God, part of you wants to get Saquon, right? I mean, he's the one you want. He's the most attractive one of the bunch, because he has so much potential, right? Yeah. So. And
you've been seeing what these rookie running backs have been doing in the past few years, man.
Fucking tearing it up.
It started. I mean, again, I'm bringing in my Rams bias here, but Todd Gurley, man.
He's a fucking beast. He's a fucking beast.
And then you know, last year it was Fournette,
Alvin Kamara,
and,
the Chiefs,
Kareem Hunt, yeah.
These guys, man. But you know, the thing is, some of those guys you picked up really late in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, Saquon looks so fucking
NFL ready. Just
like he looks like he's gonna fucking put the league on his back and run, bro. He looks ready as fuck. Yeah. So if I'm the Browns or the Giants, do I think about Saquon at least? I mean, I feel like you have to a little bit. Yeah. I know Darnold and Rose are like the main guys to get as far as quarterbacks go, but
you know, the Browns actually have a good chance of getting a quarterback and Barkley, because they have 2 picks in the top 4.
They have 1 and 4, but I think to ensure that, you need to get Saquon with the number 1 pick, because he won't. I don't think he's guaranteed to stay till the 4th pick, right? I mean, that's tough, dude. That's right. I think if you really want him, you got to take a number 1 overall, because let's say you get Darnold in the first pick. Let's say Giants pick up Rosen, or let's say Giants pick up Barkley, and then you got Jets saying, well, then if you don't get Rosen, I'll get Barkley. If you don't get Barkley, I'll get Rosen, you know? Mm-hmm. So if I'm the Browns, do I risk, let's say I like Darnold a lot, do I risk getting Darnold but not getting Saquon? I don't know, man. That's a tough spot, I think. It's a good tough spot. You got who else wouldn't want to have
2 top
pick 1 and 4, right? Yeah. That's awesome, but I think you gotta have Saquon, right? I feel like he's just so no miss as you can be.
All right, so let's say they take Saquon Barkley with the first pick.
Yeah.
And then the Giants, 4th pick, they wouldn't. Let's say they don't get their quarterback of their choosing. So say they want Sam Darnold.
Yeah, and he goes 2 or 3 to the Jets or Giants.
So they have to draft someone like Josh Allen or even a Baker Mayfield.
Somebody that they're not in love with. You're saying, right?
Yeah. Do you think they play him, or do you think Tyrod Taylor can hold down the fort?
I think Taylor's okay. He's not gonna win you any championships. He's not gonna win you any playoff games, probably.
Yeah.
I would think, but he can hold down the fort temporarily. Yeah. He's not your long-term answer, though. And nothing against Taylor. That's just what I think he is. I think that's what he's always going to be. He's not a Geno Smith. Mm-hmm. That's what the Jets have right now, who I think is got to be one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, right? Starters, because I think right now he's set to start unless they get.
I think they have McCown, and I know they have Bridgewater for sure too.
The Jets have Bridgewater. Damn, they have a lot of fucking. See, and I would say I would get Bridgewater then. I would have him start.
I'd start Bridgewater.
So sure. That's a lot of misfits though on that team, bro. I mean, what is McCown now? Like 52? Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh shit. So okay, well, if you're the Browns, what do you do then in that case?
I think, and I think Saquon Barkley is an amazing player, man. But if there's a quarterback who you feel is a can't miss kind of guy and somebody that you're in love with, for sure you got to get him with your first pick, man.
Okay.
Because not to say that running backs aren't important.
They are a dime a dozen, though, right?
They are a dime a dozen, but sometimes you can pick a really good backup in the later rounds. And they also signed Carlos Hyde.
Yeah, he's a fucking beast too, bro.
Yeah, I think he's a good player too, man.
Man, okay, so let's say you like Darnold, right? And you pick Darnold. Or if you're the Giants and you see Saquon available, do you pick him or do you pick Rosen? That's fucking tough too, man.
What do you think about? Do you think they're going to contend at all, the Giants?
No, I don't. I really don't.
If you don't think they're going to contend, I would say you'd have to go for the quarterback, and then
at least have your guy, right? Have your guy at least,
and then maybe even trade away Odell and get a couple more picks.
Well, and I've been hearing that too, that they're in the market of possibly trading their number 2 pick.
Oh yeah.
Because if they're not going to contend, why? I mean, you can get your guy. But are you gonna throw him to the Wolves? Probably not, because you got Eli there. But maybe Eli's gonna fake an injury and not get thrown to the Wolves himself. It's a kind of a weird spot too. But I think if I'm them, I wouldn't mind trading that number 2 pick. Just because, let's say you can get maybe 2 or 3. Let's say somebody really wants. I've been hearing the Bills want the number 2 pick.
Yeah.
Let's say they really want Rosen or Darnold or Barkley or whoever, and they give you 3 first rounders. That'd be hard to say no to, right? That's fucking tough. So I think if somebody gives me 3 first rounders, I would take it. 2, I would think about it, but I would probably either get Rosen or Darnold or Barkley. But if they give me 3, I think I would take it. I think that's real hard to say no to, So I don't know, man. It should be a fun season. A lot of fun stuff still going on. People still getting signed. People still holding out. I saw Eric Reed was talking to the Bengals, I think.
The Bengals, yeah.
So, fuck. That'd be a good pickup, I think. I know they asked him a little bit about the anthem protest, right?
Yeah.
So,
which I think the Bengals had a few players too they protested too. So I don't.
It's a weird subject right now still, it's a weird kind of thing to bring up and a weird should I say it, should I? Hey, you gonna do it? Well, you don't say yes or no, but just nod your head. Kind of a weird thing, right? So Eric Reed's a great player. He'd be a good pickup.
Player, man.
I wouldn't mind him. So hey, a lot of stuff like we said going on in the NFL. We'll see what happens with that. We got a lot of NBA stuff going on. The season's coming to an end.
Yep.
Like I said, we have Sacramento and Houston right now,
Kings
live 60-53 Sacramento. Game doesn't mean shit, but being the fan that I am, I just still want to watch it at least.
Tune in, man.
Yeah, so it's last game of the season, right?
Yeah.
So
Reynolds is retiring.
Reynolds is retiring. So quick story about Reynolds. And do you remember when the Kings played at Arco Arena?
Their
last game? Yeah. The last game, they then became Sleep Train Arena. I always know it as Arco, though.
Me too. Yeah.
The last game of that, because they had the new stadium at Golden One, Jerry Reynolds actually stood in the middle complex of the stadium and just fucking started taking pictures with everybody, hugged everybody, having lengthy conversations. So I saw him doing that. I just kind of got behind the other guy.
You were at the game?
Yeah, I was at the game.
Okay.
There was 3 dudes in front of me. I waited, and then he got to me, and he's like, "Man, young man, you pumped some iron." And I was like, I have never felt so fucking graceful over I'm like, dude, this is Jerry fucking Reynolds. Just slightly commented about, probably because my shirt was too tight or whatever. But anyways, Jerry Reynolds, said that, gave him a hug. He talked to me for about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Just saying, appreciate you coming. I was like, dude, this guy is so fucking down to earth.
Yeah.
He's, ran teams before. He's has a lot of money. He's been doing this gig for almost all of his life.
Yeah.
But he took time to talk to everybody. He wasn't shooing anybody away. He literally, we talked real good. I hugged him again. I was all fucking nervous and shy and fucking didn't know what the fuck to think. But it was fucking awesome. So congrats to him. To the last game, it's gonna suck without him because I'm not a really big Grant Napier fan. He's one of the other Kings analyst.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know who Grant Napier is, right?
Well, I watched a lot of Kings games actually because they're the only like local team, them and the Warriors.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I do hear a lot of the commentary.
Yeah, so, Grant. I mean, he's the one that says, if you don't like that, you don't like
Kings
NBA basketball. Whatever the fuck he says. Yeah.
I hear that guy all the time. Man.
Yeah, that's Grant Napier. But the thing is as soon as the Kings traded Boogie Cousins, he was shitting on him so fucking hard. Yeah,
I remember.
I was like, what the fuck? You were not saying that shit. And then I still like Cousins, even though he's a Pelican. I still one of my favorite players in the league, even though he's a crazy person. But to me, Napier showed his true colors. He was just shitting on him so fucking hard. I was like, bro, like, what the fuck? And now I wish he was the one for retiring, to be honest, but it's a story for another day. We had the T-Wolves and Nuggets fighting for the last spot. What you think about the game, man?
I mean, we caught the end of it, man. And
overtime too, right?
Overtime,
What else can you draw up? You know what I mean? That was fucking...
It's do or die, man. Yeah. It was a good one, man, and we were talking about it. I think the Timberwolves present, a bigger problem for... they're playing the Rockets, they're the 8th seed. And so I think they present a bigger problem than the Nuggets would have, just because of they got Carl Anthony Towns inside, and he can stretch the floor too. And then you got Andrew Wiggins.
He's a beast. You got
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler's a beast too.
From injury.
Jeff T.
He's a really underrated point guard, man. Really good.
You have a real good, solid core of players versus and the Nuggets played them great, but you're right. They do pose a lot bigger of a threat to or even to the Warriors. They pose a lot bigger of a threat. But at the end of the day, I see the Rockets still prevailing against them.
Definitely.
It was a good game though. I'm glad it went to overtime. It was dramatic. A lot of fouls called or not called.
Yeah, there was a lot of
right.
They were letting them play.
Sure. And I wish they would do that more often, not just on games that mattered. Because it's fun to see. The guys get more aggressive and more into it, and because there's times when they'll do that and then they blow the whistle right away. It's like, come on, dude, like, I don't know, but it was a good game. We also saw that Russell Westbrook, he's made a milestone, right? What happened to him?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I think he needed 16 rebounds going into this game, last game of the season, to average a triple-double for the year. This is the second consecutive season he does that.
Yep.
Which, I mean, I don't know if anybody had done it previously for one season. I think Oscar Robertson might have done it.
Yeah, but
I don't think anybody has done it in consecutive seasons.
He's a fucking crazy beast, man.
Yeah.
And you hear of all the Harden talk, he's going to be the unanimous MVP, but now Westbrook it's almost quietly what he's done this year. It's like, son of a bitch, dude.
I think it's just, it was really something we really hadn't seen before when he got that last year. And then I think it was kind of like the novelty of it kind of wore off this year that he did it again.
I think what's crazy, bro, is we got used to seeing Westbrook get triple doubles. That's just what happened. We're like, get triple double again. It wasn't special anymore. Like I said, it was like we're used to it. Yeah, that's fucking crazy, isn't it?
Crazy. It's like that's just what Russell Westbrook does, man. And he gets a triple double, and you're like, okay, that's cool.
Cool.
And then somebody,
what else? Yeah.
Yeah, but then somebody on your team gets a triple double, and you're like,
start having a fucking party. You're happy as fuck. You're like, fucking De'Aaron Fox has 10 points and 3 rebounds. I'm happy as fuck. But yeah, man, that just shows you the magnitude and the caliber of type player that Westbrook is, right? I mean, he has a high motor, man. He does.
That motor does not stop, dude.
He plays like an NFL running back. Yeah. I really feel like he's a fucking relentless.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's just really what he is. We had the Jazz thumping the Warriors yesterday, right? That was ugly,
crazy,
bro.
Man. I mean,
I didn't watch it though. Did you watch it?
I wasn't watching it. I didn't see it, but a 40-point loss is a 40-point loss, man. And oh man, I know they're without Steph right now, but how do you justify going into the playoffs losing to a team that you might see in the playoffs? I think the Jazz are actually the 3 seed. So they could potentially see them in the second round.
They could see them. I think it'd be interesting for sure because the Jazz have a pretty good little team.
They got a good team.
That rookie, man,
Donovan Mitchell.
He's a fucking. I can't believe we fucking passed on him, bro. I mean,
you guys got
we had 4 picks in the first round too, dude.
Did you guys?
We had De'Aaron Fox, Harry Giles, who hasn't played at all yet.
You guys got Justin Jackson.
Yeah.
And was there a guy from Kansas, Frank Mason?
Oh yeah, Frank Mason in the second round. So yeah, 4 picks overall. But God, Mitchell I think went 12th or 13th or something like that. I mean,
did you guys have anybody? Well, I mean, you guys got De'Aaron Fox. Did you guys have anyone in between? Could you guys have gotten De'Aaron Fox and Donovan Mitchell?
We could have if we would have kept the 10th pick because we had 5 and 10. We got Fox with the 5th. The 10th we traded to get 15 and 20.
Oh shit!
So that's how you get Jackson, and then you got Giles at the number 20 spot. So you could have got Mitchell with that 10th pick. You also have Bogdan Bogdanovic, who's considered a rookie this year.
Yeah.
Even though he was drafted last year. So same shit like with Ben Simmons too, right?
Yeah.
So what's your thought process on the rookie of the year deal? Do you think Ben Simmons should be considered a rookie? Because it's a lot of debate between that, and to me, I think he's extremely developed because he went through an NBA weightlifting regimen for a year. He ate the trainer's fucking meal plans. He did everything.
Yeah,
the NBA way for a year.
NBA environment. That's definitely what it is.
Yep.
And I think he definitely had an advantage doing that. I mean, he was a really good player coming out of college too, but I think he really benefited from that.
He had
that red shirt rookie year. And I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't even remember what his injury was.
I don't remember. I just remember the 76ers, every time they draft a player, he gets hurt.
Yeah.
He gets fucking hurt right away.
You know what? I think Joel Embiid actually had, he is kind of injury prone. So we'll give Joel Embiid a pass.
A little pass.
But they did that with, with Simmons. And they were doing it with Fultz this year. He played one game early in the season. I want to say it was like maybe a couple of weeks in. He played one game, and then he took like he only started playing again like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't want to call him a bust yet because I don't think it's fair to him because it's probably the first year.
Yeah, he actually got a triple-double today.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, there you go, right? There you fucking go. I think, because people were calling him a bust real quick. And I'm like, well, let me pump the brakes a little bit because it's his first year. He hasn't really played much. Hey, let's give him a little bit of a pass. But he got triple-double today?
Yeah, today.
Congrats to him, man. Goddamn. That's tight.
You know what, man? He was drafted number 1 overall for a reason, man.
Yeah, he was.
And, there were some good players in that draft. So, I mean...
This is a fucking deep class. Yeah. Jason Tatum's tearing up the league, too. I really think Mitchell should be Rookie of the Year, though, dude. The way he's just tearing shit up.
And the thing with that is, too... Okay, so Ben Simmons, he's playing with, obviously Joel Embiid, who is a phenomenal player himself. Yep. When he's on the court, man, they're tough to beat. But... Donovan Mitchell, I mean, the Jazz, they lost Gordon Hayward. Rudy Gobert didn't play for, I don't want to say majority of the season, but a good chunk of the season he missed. And so, and they still got the 3 seed in the West. In the West, man.
And it's his first year, bro. He was in college last year. I mean,
he's 19 years old, man.
Fucking, I think he has to be Rookie of the Year, but I feel like the league wants to give it to Simmons for some reason. I don't know. Who do you think should get it?
I think just statistically, I would say Ben Simmons because he does have better numbers overall. But with Donovan Mitchell, from like I would say a leadership standpoint, obviously, willing the Jazz to the 3rd seed in the West, I think that's more impressive than anything that Ben Simmons.
And I agree 100%. I really think he should get it, but I do think we're gonna see. If I was a betting man, put my money on it, I would say
Ben Simmons.
Simmons will probably get it.
And it's no knock on Simmons, man.
No, it's not. No, he's a beast. Yeah. But I guess we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
I also saw too that fucking Vince Carter is gonna play again next year.
I saw he's getting another year in, man.
Here, look, I don't want to sound like a hater, but I don't want to see him in the Kings uniform next year. Now, for people that are gonna shit on me for saying he's a fucking legend, you piece of shit. How fucking dare you? Blasphemous, you piece of shit. He was good a long time ago. He still does. When he does a little finger roll dunk, people fucking bust nuts. Yeah. They're like, "Oh my God, Vince Carter's back." No, he's not. He takes away a lot of shots from the young players, and he's in right now. So it's a matter of fucking fact. I don't want to see him in the Kings uniform next year. Put him on the Raptors for a season. Let him contend. Put him on.
Yeah. The team that drafted him, man.
Put him on the Raptors. That's what I would. If he's gonna play next year, put him on the Raptors. I'll be happy about that. I think that's fair. They're gonna be good next year again. They're not gonna win the title this year, I don't think. Even though they're the 1st seed, that's all just the smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all it is. But I say, hey, go to the Raptors for a year because I really hope he's not talking about coming back to Sac for a year. I really hope he's not. They're not trying to do that.
Yeah, I don't think he would. Yeah. I don't think he would come back to Sacramento. I think, which I thought it was really weird that he signed with Sacramento, and obviously Zach Randolph. But we'll talk about that. We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah.
But the Kings weren't going to contend.
We weren't. You had 5 rookies on the team.
Yeah.
You had 4 second-year players from the year before. You had a team of kids. You have a college team, pretty much.
Yeah.
What do you...
I mean, obviously Vince Carter, he's playing the mentorship role.
Yep.
But I would think he would want to, contend.
For his last season, yeah, right?
Yeah.
I don't really see him going to the Warriors, but I really see him going to the Raptors again just to see what they do, and having the whole... He's back, baby. He's back. He's what's his name? Mr. Amazing or whatever they call him.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't know. Obviously, I'm not a huge Vince Carter fan, but anyways, hopefully he goes to the Raptors next year. I saw KD was going to restructure his contract, right? What's the details on that?
I'm not really too sure about the details, but I think the reason he's restructuring his contract is to make some cap space for Klay Thompson.
Yeah,
they want to keep that core together.
They want to keep that 4-man core that's been destroying the league, right? So, I mean, what that says is the Warriors will probably be in the Western Conference Finals for the next, I don't know,
man.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah, until one of those guys. Actually, you know what? Steph Curry is a catalyst of that team. You got to say that. I mean, I feel like you have that's, man, because have you seen what they've done in the last, I think, 20 games without Steph Curry?
Yeah.
I saw a stat today that said that they're 11-9 without Steph Curry, but when they're without Kevin Durant, but with Steph Curry, they're 20-0. So who's the leader of that team?
Yeah, I mean, when you think of the Warriors, you do think of Curry
you
too.
Think of Steph Curry, man, and Kevin Durant. Man, I'm not gonna get started on that, but he really fucked up the league, right? He fucked up the league, man.
Fucked up the
league.
He
took the easy route out, to get a ring, man. And, yeah.
Well, that can be a topic to go on for hours too about, for right? Sure. The Kevin Durant situation, but they're a good team. I don't know. I'm guessing if I was put in that same situation myself, who knows? Maybe I would do that too. So I don't want to talk a whole lot of shit about him, but yeah, I did fuck up the league for a bit. I saw that Jabari Parker's not committing to the Bucks. That's kind of interesting too because you have what's his name, the Greek Freak, right? So you think you'd kind of like to be on that team.
Yeah.
He's up and coming for sure. So, that's kind of interesting to say the least. I saw Doug Rivers is possibly leaving the Clippers too.
So that too.
I mean, what do you do with that? He brought his son over there, right? So,
and I think they signed him to a long-term contract.
They did, and now he's staying the fuck out. So, he's a good coach, but I don't know, man.
Do you think he's overstayed his welcome in LA?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. You have your Blake Griffin's out. Chris Paul's not there. I think he's kind of like, well, this isn't the team I had anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of, this is probably my time to exit. I love my son, right? If I'm him, I love my son, but I don't love him that much. No, I don't know.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you're right though. I mean, it really set him up financially for sure.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think he got a max contract or anything like that, but he's getting paid pretty handsomely, man.
He is, dude.
For sure.
So
I mean, he's losing, but man, he's cashing those big paychecks. So
that's what he's doing. There's some Jeff Hornacek news too, right? He wants to stay, right?
Coach. Is that really his choice?
I don't think so, dude. I
really
think if you're hearing that already, they're already kind of looking elsewhere.
All right.
Right?
So how about this? Hornacek leaves, or they fire Hornacek. Doc Rivers leaves.
Maybe
you think he
throw the little fish hook, bring in Doc Rivers, right?
What do you think there's a good possibility of him?
I think there is. I think that links.
Yeah.
100%. To be honest, bro,
Yeah.
I think that's probably what you might see happen if that scenario plays out that way.
Yeah.
I think Rivers probably wouldn't, like to go to the Big Apple, and that might be interesting. But hey, you know what? A lot of good NBA stuff going on. We got season ending. We got playoffs coming up. We'll preview all that shit when the time is right. A lot of topics with that. But hey, we can move to current events for a little bit. I saw that Ed Sheeran was getting sued by Tim McGraw for stealing.
No shit.
For stealing his fucking music, and I heard it a little bit earlier. and it sounded almost exactly the same, bro.
Yeah.
The music, it was fucking crazy. I was like, God damn it, I didn't know that. I knew Ed Sheeran's a fucking beast, and he's like real good lyricist, a good singer, and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there it is right there. It's crazy, dude. And when I looked into it more, I saw that Ed Sheeran, like, it's been kind of known for doing that kind of stuff.
Oh, really?
I guess he did it with I don't know who sings it, but that "Let's Get It On" song.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Marvin Gaye or who it is. Excuse my for not knowing that, but I guess he stole that, and I guess there's a couple other stuff that he's been linked to. So, not a good look for Ed Sheeran, right? I mean,
but musicians sample music all the time.
That's true.
Was he not getting like clearance from these guys?
That's what I'm assuming is he's saying, "Hey, I made that up." I guess that's what he said that about that song. He's like, "Oh, I made it up," and. Obviously, if you're the originator, you're going to be like, no, motherfucker, I made that up. So, not a good look for him. We read earlier, too, that a Texas couple was accused of strangling a woman with a bungee cord while she drove, then buried and burned the body. I mean, what the fuck, dude? That is fucking crazy.
What's going on there, man? It's tough to... man, people are crazy.
I mean, I get it. Texas, they always say everything's bigger in Texas. Texas is intense and all that, but I mean, Jesus, that's
a little over the top, man.
It is, and I don't know the reasoning for that. I just know it happened. It was a big story, and I don't know. But the thing is, too, is that they don't fuck around in Texas. They do. They handle death penalties like we do free samples at Costco. So
yeah, I mean, you don't see that like as really like justifiable, really, in any situation, but yeah, definitely, Texans handle it a lot better
than I think we do, to be honest.
Yeah.
Than a lot of the states. So yeah, man, I guess we'll see when that story develops more. You brought up the missile interception that happened, right? What was going on with that?
You know what? I'm not 100% sure what happened there.
It was with the Saudi capital intercept.
Oh yeah, there was something that was going on. I think some Yemen rebels actually fired it over. I'm not really sure what the reasoning was, but man, things are heating up. I also saw some stuff that's going on in Syria too, man.
Fuck.
So, I mean,
it's a crazy world, man.
Could we be in the beginning stages of another
World War III,
man? I mean,
that's fuck. I like to go to sleep at night and think we have a great defense system. We hopefully Trump doesn't say anything stupid so we can wake up in the morning. But things are getting testy, right?
Yeah,
where everybody's playing the my dick's bigger than your dick.
Yeah.
So, and when that happens, usually you get frustrations, you get fights, and you get shit like that happening. They were intercepted, but that's scary, right? I mean, you get people posting videos of seeing him, like, you see a fucking missile over your head, you're fucking you're shitting bricks, I would think, bro.
Sure, man. Yeah, that's not something you want to see, man.
It's not. One thing that's happening this Sunday is I'm not sure if you're a big Walking Dead fan or even a Walking Dead fan at all.
Actually, you know what, man? I've never even seen an episode, man.
Never seen an episode.
Never seen one.
Never seen an episode. I'm obviously a huge fan. Wearing a Negan shirt right now. They're gonna end their season 8 this Sunday. Should be good. I mean, I read a lot of spoilers. If you don't want to know it, don't listen. 5, 4, you're fucked. Okay, so so basically, what I saw was that they're gonna capture Negan. He's gonna be a prisoner. Just gonna go with the comic book storyline. I see that Dwight is gonna be in a prisoner outfit. I do also see that I forgot what the girl's name is, but she might die, so that's a spoiler I'm not giving away. I see that the war is going to end this week also too, and you're going to see the Saviors take over. Not the Saviors, you're going to see the Alexandria team take over. Saviors are going to lose the fight, obviously, and that's basically the gist of what will happen. It's going to be a lot more explosive, a lot more energetic, a lot dramaticness going on. Morgan's going to leave to the Fear the Walking Dead, to the spin-off series, basically. So we'll see how that goes on. I think he's just going to say, I don't like this shit, I'm going to walk away. So that's a quick little Walking Dead brief. You got a little bit of more?
No, I'm going...
Yeah. One other thing we saw, too, is fucking Tristan Thompson cheated on Chloe, right?
Yeah.
So,
and it was... and they got... video evidence, man. Pictures and all.
I mean, God, dude. I mean, you involved the Kardashian conundrum. I feel like shit's always gonna be not interesting, but it's gonna be weary at least, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, she's pregnant. He cheats on her. Yeah, we probably should have included on the NBA news, but
yeah.
Yeah,
hey, man,
so
Tristan Thompson's kind of absent in the NBA, man. He doesn't really do much with the Cavs, man.
Yeah, you're right, and I guess he's doing his own thing.
He's a celebrity now, I guess.
Yeah, he's a celebrity. So, hey, but you know what? Great show. We had a lot of great topics. We have, we could go on with this for hours, honestly. But hey, I like to keep it short and brief. Yeah, this was good. Hey, thanks for coming on, bro.
Hey, man, definitely anytime.
One of the bros. Hopefully we'll see him soon. We out.